Welcome to another adventure with Getting Lost. Today we're heading towards Yishun Park, which is a park in the residential area called Yishun. And we're going to come here to just visit the park and see what they have here. So join me after the intro as I explore Yishun Park. Welcome back. We are at Yishun Park, which is a 14-hectare park located in Yishun, which is a residential area in the northern part of Singapore. And this park is just right next to Yishun Pond, which we visited last week. And this is the 84-meter elevated bridge that connects Yishun Pond to Yishun Park. And this park was actually opened in 1995. And here we have the elevated bridge that connects to the spiral tower, which is at Yishun Pond, and it crosses the road that brings you directly to Yishun Park. And this park that we see here today still houses the original vegetation that used to be here when this park here used to be part of a former village or Kampong. So Yishun, this residential area called Yishun, this new town was actually built on an area which was part of it was actually a rubber plantation belonging to a kampong called Chai Gay village. And in the rural village, most of the people worked in the rubber plantation or fruit orchards or farms in this area until the 1980s, where they were actually resettled away from this area due to urbanization. So this park here actually houses the original vegetation that was here in the former Kampong days. Up to 70% of the original trees and vegetation have been kept, and some of these vegetations are fruit trees like rambutan, durian, jackfruit, banana, guava. And this park actually is on a small little hill with a pathway running all around it, and there's actually pathways going through the forest on top here. So you can either go through that forest, that part, or this one here, or one further down. And all the pathways will go through the forest and and connect to the pathway that goes around the park. And here now, you can also see that there are lots and lots of tall trees here. And look, a monitor lizard. This is quite a not the biggest I've seen, but it's still quite I think it's quite a young monitor lizard. Look at that. Let's see if I can get closer to it or get around it to get a better view of it. Yep, this is monitor lizard, and as you can see, it's actually licking the air. And because monitor lizards actually lick the air to see to how do you say this? Oh, look at that, they're actually eating something there. I have no idea what is they're eating. Anyway, like I said, they lick the air to taste the air to see whether there are any like prey around or food or people chasing them. And now we're actually walking through the forested area, which is on top of the hill. And as you look through the forested area here, you'll notice that there are a lot of different types of trees, and these are your typical tropical lowland rainforest trees. And these trees make a good source of wood, and sometimes they may use it to make plywood, and also sometimes essential oils and resins. And a very strange thing to find here in the forest is a pair of shoes in front of a tree. Why would there be a pair of shoes in front of a tree unless the trees are walking? That means that these trees here are able to walk by themselves once they put on the shoes. Walking trees. I've heard of these walking trees, but I have never seen one with shoes before. Oh my, this is a very strange mystery here. Shoes in front of a tree, meaning walking trees that can walk away from the forest. Do they live in HDB flats too? Do they live in the nearby residential area? Do they have a HDB apartment maybe on the 3rd floor? Floor number 3? Anyway, so not only do you have the normal forest trees, you also have trees, like I said earlier, fruit trees that grows around this area here. So this little forested area here is very interesting. A very simple walk, you don't have to worry much. And because there are lots of fruit trees in this area here, that means that not only do they support life like monitor lizards, maybe squirrels, but insects, but there's also a family of monkeys living somewhere in this little area here. Unfortunately, during the time I came here, it was a bit hot, so I didn't get to see any of the monkeys. But I'm sure if I come here during the evening time, I may bump into them. And proof there are monkeys here is because of this sign. It tells you, do not feed monkeys, meaning there are monkeys here. Would it be interesting to meet some of them? But they're probably somewhere hiding up there in the trees, in the shade, whereas we humans walk in the sun, non-shaded places. Sometimes maybe animals are a bit smarter than us. Anyway, so this is Yishun Park. Like I said earlier, it's actually on top of a hill, and I suspect that is one of the reasons why the park is still here, because they are actually on top of the hill. If you were in the lower areas, probably you would have been mowed down, by tractors to be built, where you will build the residential area, houses, HDB flats. But since you're on top of a hill, you're protected from them. And you can also hear the insects here. I think those are cicadas. Like I said earlier, this place was built on top of a hill, and I suspect that's why we have a park here now. Instead of your normal, flat park, you have a park here with lots and lots of beautiful trees, and right next to a HDB flat, which gives you a beautiful view of the whole park, which you don't normally get from this height. So you are actually, people in this block are actually living right next to a park. And in like more modern countries like America, people pay huge sums of money to live right next to a park, even though it's Yishun Park. I'm sure they would have. Or you can spend your time sitting down there on those benches there. But still, a very good view. Anyway, we are back again here at Yishun Pond, which is right next to Yishun Park. And we're actually heading down that direction here to one corner of the park where you can see there's actually or at least according to the map, there's actually a monsoon drain or some water source that's heading out from the park towards the sea. So here we are here at one of the areas where the overflow from the pond actually heads out towards the sea. Yes, and it's a good place for birds to come to clean themselves, to hunt, to drink some water. And if we follow the flow of the water, it will actually bring us in between those blocks there and finally towards the sea. Let's try and continue our venture that direction and see whether we can find the sea. But unfortunately, not in this episode. You have to wait for the next episode for that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on my adventure here today at Yishun Park. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely did. And before we go, please do me a favor. Please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and subscribing to my channel. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do. And also, don't forget, next week we're going to go for another adventure and explore where the source of the water, whether you can reach the sea. And for that, you'll have to join me. We will go on an adventure together. So, thank you very much. And I guess that's about it. See you then. Bye bye.